Invincible, Season 3, Episode 4.
You wanted to come, Rex.
Yeah, but I'd forgotten how boring this is.
Shopping?
Come on, let's go get a drink.
We
Stealing.
need groceries. No one's gonna cook for us anymore. What did you guys
We
do
made a big
before,
mistake.
on Team?
Pizza delivery.
I stole Robot's credit card number. I lived off delivery pizza, ramen noodles.
I knew it!
Coffee.
Wait, maybe there's precedence for this. Maybe it's in my subconscious that happened, and that's why that came to mind so easily. But also, why? If you have access to an unlimited credit card, why the ramen? Why the poor college student food? Fun fact, in Korea, they serve packaged ramen in restaurants. It's a little bit dressed up, but it's packaged ramen. Hard to eat after that period where, like Rex, it was most of what I ate.
I almost got scurvy once.
Of course you did. Who hasn't
I
gotten
wouldn't be
scurvy?
quite so proud of that.
Oh, okay, sure.
You're actually gonna make us dinner tonight?
I'm gonna try. Is this a zucchini or a cucumber?
I didn't even get that far.
You're lowering my confidence in your dinner abilities.
You know how to cook?
No.
No, but that's what the internet's for.
Fair. I mean, yeah. If you can follow a recipe.
I want to buy groceries, prepare a meal, and then eat it.
I think she wants family. She wants like a
You
normal
can-
life.
I don't know, go do something else.
He likes being around so people can hear his witty comments. The complaining is just his expression of his enjoyment.
Parmesan cheese. I like cheese. How about I'm in charge of
Who
that, okay?
doesn't? Except for the lactose intolerant. We don't speak about them.
All the cow type stuff.
You mean dairy?
This dinner's gonna go great.
Whatever you want to call it. I got it covered.
Dinner might have to wait, unfortunately. I was kind of looking forward to dinner now. Seemed like it was gonna be a great comedy of errors, but also friendship and heart.
Come on, Ray.
Have you ever defeated a villain with a cookie? What other superhero can do that? The departure of this young team, formerly known as the Teen Titans, Teen Kids, now called Rex and the other ones, looking at how they spend their time, it looks like what they really want isn't superhero-dom at all, but just a Debbie-style normal life with friends, almost like they're kids or something. I think the start of this season was done so well. So many great and interesting things continue to come out of it. They feel really nuanced and subtle. The big thing that came out of episode 1 and 2 was Mark versus Cecil, but there was also this whole split and departure on ideological grounds, siding with Mark and hating Cecil, but there's a lot more to that as well. There's that element of authority versus rebellion. Immortal sort of being the get in line of all the rules or else you're out figure. It's right and good because it's the law. The rules are good and right because they're the rules. This is not really substantiated by the show, but just like a feeling that emerged. It's possible that another part of it for the kids is they're kind of tired of it. The scope of their duties has always been beyond them. That only gets worse with time as powers escalate, and that has been increasingly exposed by incidents such as the one with the Lizard League. It's not that their walking away didn't have some element of principle in it, but it feels almost like principle wasn't the whole story. There was also something already brewing, which might be why it happened so quickly and seemingly easily. If it really was about doing the right thing, their quitting on an impulse doesn't really fix the problem of the League of Heroes. There may have been a compromise or solution in there had they stuck it out a little bit more, beyond the point of everyone's emotions being super high. But sometimes that's how it goes. The outrage can be justified, but also it was used maximally for something one wanted to do anyway already.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're impressed.
I hope Mark doesn't
just
think
blew
it's
out when you
Cecil.
grabbed it?
It was spying on
I mean, I wouldn't blame him for thinking that, but really it was Nerdstrom.
Wouldn't this go faster with your undivided attention?
This is about analysis, not attention.
And it is not the only pressing issue on my plate.
Don't do that.
Well, he's outsourcing his own life. I'd do it.
We're ordering pizza for dinner.
Rex got his way. We're all getting
Are
scurvy
we, like,
tonight.
too weird sometimes.
You kind of feel a little bit lost.
Tell me you're not about to do what I think you're about to do.
Oh, we just went right in. Mark's new outfit gives me the creeps, honestly. Did we not get this removed? Well, then Mark is doing this on purpose. Then he's getting captured on purpose because he knows.
You're spying on us again.
Okay, if we are clear-headed, we might be able to clear this up, though Cecil not exactly trustworthy. He does
Whatever
lie.
that thing is, it's not ours.
He undermines his ability to make points like this.
You'd never know it. Maybe think about that the next time you decide to punch your way into the Pentagon.
Cecil could do a lot more to solve this. Mark can be really hot-headed, and I wouldn't go so far as to say he's not capable of doing terrible things, so I understand Cecil's fear given the severity of his powers. But he's also proven himself to be a pretty good guy. I mean, he's a good kid, and deep down he wants to do the right thing. I don't think this has to necessarily be this major impasse forever, at this point at least. I'm just thinking this actually could be a great chance at bridging the divide, because, oh, why don't we figure out who's spying on you? It probably concerns us both. Why don't we put aside our differences for now?
Oh, don't let us keep you.
This is not over.
Oh no. And leave with a threat. Why don't
Well,
you?
that was a terrifying way to start my morning. Jesus, look at this mess.
That was the whole plan, just come here and punch everyone out just to have that conversation.
But we are spying on the Graysons.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone knows that.
This, Donald. I'd really like to know who is.
We're talking about this device specifically. Stick to the point at hand, Donald. It's unfortunate how these things go down sometimes after the initial rift, which almost always is going to have some actual real issue that needs to be sorted out and probably can be sorted out, or at least achieve some kind of working resolution. It crosses that line into the personal, the emotional. And then there's the thought that you can win through attack, which does basically nothing and just makes the situation so much worse.
Hi, stranger. I thought you forgot about our second first date.
I was busy committing treason.
It's true, he was.
Please tell me that's not a glowing portal opening up next to our table.
It's a glowing
No idea how much I wish I could say that.
portal opening up next to your table.
It worked.
Oh, it's you.
I told you all that research would pay off.
Seriously? You guys again?
Invincible, you have to come with us right now. It's life and death.
It always is.
We're from the future.
And
You have 10 seconds to explain.
We need you to help us overthrow our king.
King. That's not very American because America is all about freedom, etc. We enlightened ourselves and moved on past that. Now we get our monarchy fix from England. Oh, wait. Eagle. To take a huge liberty with this one-off comedic line about kings. I sometimes think people actually just kind of yearn for a king again. It seems like we can't really escape the fixation on leadership. And then the game, I guess, being like, having an absolute leader is great as long as you pick the right one, as long as that leader is someone I like, and terrible if somebody I don't like. Ignoring the systemic problem, which is that leaders come and go. And if you don't want a bad leader to have too much power, by extension, you also maybe don't want a good leader to have too much power. And if it's that existential of a risk about which leader is currently the one, you've probably already messed up somewhere.
We saw you before. We realized all the stories were true. You're the only one strong enough.
The Invincible Legend. How did my life go? Wait, don't tell me,
if
don't
it's
tell
a
me.
Time machine, can't you come back later or earlier?
We only have enough power for this last trip.
Of course you do.
Maybe you're not the hero we thought you were.
Oh.
Guess not.
Whoops.
Really thought that line would work. God, you're an idiot.
I don't know, it's tough with the time travel and multiverse stuff because where does it end? Also, one thing is becoming clear about the future. We need to develop more energy efficient time travel devices. This is always a problem.
I'm not ruining our date just because.
And they kidnapped him.
Take me back. Now!
But you're already here. We'll prove we're the good
You're already here after they kidnapped him.
Where can I stash my clothes? Hey. Was that me? Why'd I look so miserable?
With time travel, it's best not to ask those kind of questions.
It's best not to time travel at all, let's be real. Let's just not do
What
this.
happened here?
What happened to America?
War. Centuries of it. Us versus him.
The king? It's because of capitalism, or not enough capitalism. It was definitely something about capitalism, either too little or too much, because capitalism is the root of all of humanity's problems. Or the solution. Who knows? It is definitely one of those things.
You're allowed to go out to your work camp or attend a public execution.
So you get a little bit of freedom in there.
But that's about it.
Count your blessings. The law is the law.
One man was made ruler of Earth. And he ruled well for a while. The legends say his brain worked better back then.
Why do I feel like this is going to be a character that we know? This is kind of like what we saw in the other Armstrong timeline.
When he personally took 10 cities off the map for resisting, that's when the rebellion was born.
This is our future? This
Tried to
is
stop him, but
the future we're leading to?
he was too strong.
He's got to be a Viltrumite, right?
There was a legend that ink from the Declaration of Independence could make a poison to kill him. But that didn't work either.
I am deeply alarmed that you thought it would. That sounds like a metaphor that you just took too literally.
Then we saw you. And we realized you could be the one to save us.
I don't think this is true, but it could even be him.
Is he a Viltrumite?
That is a reasonable guess.
We don't know what that is.
We've gone forward in time, but in some way also back in time. I guess we're starting this plan that we didn't make. But yeah, now you got my attention with this future thing. I'm glad we came.
These are normal robots, right? They're not like sentient or something?
No. They're the Royal Guard. There's millions of them. They enforce the king's madness on the people. But before you...
That's a relief. We just, kill robots. Killing robots is fine. Robots suck.
They're not tough, but there's millions. It's gonna take a while.
No. We don't need you to fight them. We actually want to be captured. It's the fastest way to see the king.
Yeah, we're trying to fight the king, Mark. Yeah, not
You should've
robots.
said that.
Yeah, we didn't really explain a lot. What if it's like Mark and Eve's son?
Okay, asshole. Whoever you are, it's over.
Oh. Why did that not occur to me?
Immortal?
He's immortal. Oh, well, this should be a piece of cake then. Damn, I should have seen this coming. Especially because I was just talking about the authority thing.
Only one man alive.
knows me by that name. Is it really you?
Invincible, yeah.
Since you left with your family, I wasn't sure I'd recognize you.
I am not the same Mark you know. I'm from, I guess, the past.
He just pieced out?
Have you been sick again? I thought they found a cure for you.
This isn't about me.
Oh, what?
It was the only way to bring you back. I didn't
What?
want to do it, but I had to force your hand.
There's a bigger threat?
I left you to rule?
Don't act like you don't remember. All of this is your fault.
Again, in every timeline.
You said I was the only one you trusted.
Immortal, I know you. Work camps, killing innocent people, wars, that's not who you are.
It's a very, very extreme range of who he is. It's not who he is. Crazy to remember that this dude was once Abraham Lincoln. This is crazy. There's just so much coming out from this. There's a sickness coming. And Invincible gave up on Earth. Maybe there's a good reason. Maybe it was for some other planet or species or something. Bigger threat. That's what I want to believe.
Is this about Kate? Did she die?
Well, she has a natural lifespan, right?
Is that the red-haired woman you...
No, not Eve.
Oh no.
I've had...
It's been a lot of
hundreds
lifetimes.
of wives.
Yeah.
I've outlived everyone.
And all of them
I've
felt like the
ever
one.
loved. Do you know what that does to a man?
This is what his father was warning about, actually.
You were the lucky one. The gifted one. Your family could endure.
Wait a minute, your family? You could read that as just meaning his kids, but there's another that he ends up with a Viltrumite.
What do you want me to do?
End my torment.
I can't.
That's a big ask.
I can't stay here, and I'm not cut out to run the planet.
That's not what I meant.
He is asking for you to kill him.
Famous last words.
These robots sure have terrible aim.
I'm a mere husk of who I was. Be merciful.
No, man up.
A king cannot quit. He must fall forever. Kill me, and the power will return to the people. It's the
Just
only
do
way
it,
for humanity
bro.
to rise again.
Just leave. This is on you. You can make this choice. I'm not doing it.
You made me into this monster. How many more must die because of your
You're
mistakes?
doing it.
Just throw yourself into the sun or something.
Suicide is a coward's escape.
Oh, man. This is a lot to wade through. What a mess. It's no different.
We were friends once. Do this for me.
That also is amazing to hear.
One way to save them and everyone else.
This is tough. I mean, because the easy thing would just be to kill him, you know? That just solves everything. But it's also deeply unsatisfying, and then you gotta live with the fact that you did that. This is incredibly selfish on every level. I also sort of don't buy this argument against why immortality would be great. That it's death that gives life meaning, that the inevitable pain of the many losses you'll experience will render you insane or something and you'll be unable to appreciate life. As if tragedy isn't already a part of our mortal lives that we don't live through and thrive despite. I don't know if it stacks in that way or accumulates in that way. Maybe one point of credit to this is like your state of being isn't a straight line, or there's never a point where you cross some threshold and then you're enlightened forever or have made it. There's an ebb and flow to you and your state. Even in one life, you experience extreme highs and extreme lows. That probably will be true of a greatly extended life. But just given the intensity of time and then probability, there will probably be extreme lows. But like, those two are not permanent. I don't see how it's anything but a wonderful thing to have more time. The only thing in that hypothetical that scares me is you outlive the end of the world and then are alone, because that's tough. Or like the world explodes and you spend an eternity hurtling through space with no internet, no Netflix, no nothing. That would be true hell. But this is just like, man up and find a purpose. Stop whining. It's a gift. This is outlook-based pain more than circumstance-based pain.
What kind of man lets others die because he won't act?
What kind of man kills people for their own selfish desires?
Please!
Alright, I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. Whatever. Feels like a loss.
Thank you. That must have been hard.
Don't thank me. Please don't thank me for that.
Yeah. Mark has to live with this now.
It's what he wanted.
It doesn't...
So?
Yeah, it doesn't make it any better.
He hurt a lot of people.
Yeah, I know. But he saved a lot of people too.
You don't know his history, yeah.
The king is dead. His reign is over. Authority is now transferred to the people.
Oh, we programmed it that way. Someone's just gonna come in and take control of these robots now. And it might be a good person now, but then eventually systemic risk rears its ugly head once again.
Look, I know you're not happy, but you saved our world.
But I couldn't save my friend colleague.
Just take me home.
Yeah, I'm done with this too. This is not fun. Looked like it was gonna be fun and then it wasn't fun. Just sad and pointless.
There's just one more thing you need to do.
What? Where can I stash my clothes? Hey.
Yeah, I know it's coming back at some point.
It really was time travel. Did they actually need your help?
Yeah.
It was a rough one. I just killed Immortal.
Eve, am I a good person?
Of course you are.
I had to stop him.
You're just casually killing a folk hero in the middle of your date.
God.
All things considered, what is positive about this is Mark's reflecting on this in a way that feels right. I don't love that he killed Immortal, but like I get it because I also don't know what the solution was there. The terribleness was not a Mark's creation, it was forced upon him by Immortal, and like there were just a lot of ways to go that were terrible there, none of which was his doing. But his sadness at it, his recognition of the complexity of it, his reluctance to accept the accolades for it, those are all encouraging. I feel really bad for Mark in this situation. About the am I a good person, there's an element of this that's going to be splitting hairs. I think we know that calling someone a good person or a bad person is meant to be a summary and not an accurate picture of every snapshot of every moment of their lives or their capabilities to be good and evil. But I still think it's important to make the distinction because there is creep into that sort of overgeneralizing identity-based thinking where no one is really either ever. You even see this in the discussion about episode 1 and 2 of this season where the instinct is to pick a side, right? It's like Mark or Cecil. Mark is wrong and Cecil's right. Cecil's wrong, Mark is right. We want to believe that. We want to believe that the people we don't like are enemies or whatever are just bad and are not capable of any humanity or anything decent. And we want to believe the people we like and ourselves probably are just good and that's that. And it's difficult to carry the burden of the responsibility of every moment and every decision for your entire life, knowing that you could get it wrong at any time. And it's quite easy to get it wrong. And we want to sort of wash our hands of that and breathe a sigh of relief that like, I'm a good person. I'm not like the things I hate. When in reality, you're kind of everything all at once. And I would argue that for a lot of things, for a lot of people, it isn't even going to feel like a choice or there's a very slim margin of choice. It's going to be what blows your way in life and what is the path of least resistance. So nobody really wants to take that on. But I think at the same time, there's also a freedom to be found in that where you didn't make it yet, but you're also not doomed. And you don't have to think about the entirety of your future right now. It's not decided yet. You get to tackle it one thing at a time and you're allowed to make mistakes, or it's inevitable that you will make mistakes. So the focus, I think, maybe is just like the ideal, the goal, and the direction and rate of growth towards that goal. And then the net summary of that might even be that you end up being a good person.
He wanted to die. And it was all my fault.
That's not true.
Do you remember how we said the future
This
version
is...
of you wasn't
Yeah, right.
you?
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Well, the future version of you isn't you either.
It really isn't. I don't think it is. In a very important way.
Killed him.
That sucks. Yeah, and present you has to live with that.
I know that doesn't solve this, but we will get through it together. And if you ever turn into a giant world-conquering dick, I will kick your ass until you're back in line, okay?
You did a great job with this. Date
get out of here.
saved.
Ugh.
Or
Ruined
canceled.
another first date.
Oh, I said we should get out of here. I didn't say the date was over. Is that what I think it is?
Yeah.
Museum
Maybe
date.
Stop in New York.
I think you mean Washington, D.C.
It can go to New York. What's your problem? It's not like DC kept it secure.
We should go again.
A whole new world, part 1000. It's nice they can both fly. That just seems more fun logistically. My last girlfriend couldn't fly. Upgrade. Alright, this is finally I'm getting hit with like, this is nice. After all the initial awkwardness of these conversations in the relationship, this is something really cool they can share. And all it took was a musical traveling montage and them not talking. That's the difference. Just fly around, look pretty, make it all romantic and stuff. But no, I think their conversation was really great. It does feel amazing to have someone who can care about Mark and engage with Mark from someone who can understand in the struggles that are most pressing to him. It's interesting. I think styles differ on this, which just leads to an endless amount of couple problems. But if you love someone, there's that tricky line between loving someone and knowing when there's a problem that actually needs to be fixed and knowing when they need to hear something and also knowing when just to be sympathetic and just to listen, say nice things. Sometimes you need to just shut up and nod your head. I told you that bitch was crazy, Chris Rock style. So far, Eve's style seems to be the latter, where she just is on Mark's side. And I don't think that's always the move. But so far, it's felt really nice and feels like what Mark needs. Especially in that moment where it really wasn't his fault. He was being very hard on himself.
This is dumb and way too soon. But
Do you want to move off the planet with me?
I love you.
Okay, that's way bigger.
I love you too.
I'll be your man.
That's it? That episode flew by, wow. And then disaster struck. They were getting a little bit too happy. I didn't say you could do that. It can come back, right? I like that shirt.
And so, dear
Oh yeah, this again.
once again turn our attention elsewhere.
Are we going back to Alan?
Light years away, Alan the alien.
Yeah, it's Alan.
Alan the alien. Lockdown, but not out.
I'm here for these Alan movies.
In hopes of discovering if Nolan Grayson, a.k.a. Omni-Man, a.k.a. Mark's dad, a.k.a. possible Viltrumite ally number 3,
aka established book author. Yeah, if you thought it was bad that Cecil is using reformed killers to do good, wait till you get a load of Omni-Man, one of the hardest characters to redeem ever. You're gonna love him. Read his books. This episode's only half over. We got the credits. That's why I felt so short.
But Nolan refused, convinced that his execution was justified for his betrayal of both Viltrum and Earth.
That's very immortal of you. I wonder how Cecil would feel about Omni-Man coming back. Because on the one hand, he likes to reform people for the greater good. On the other hand, it's Omni-Man. That's a weird intersection of Mark and Cecil's takes. Because also Mark doesn't like the giving people a second chance thing if they're murderers, but also has hope for his father. Neither of them could have it both ways.
I think I miss my wife.
I also miss my pets when I travel.
They will kill you.
They'll kill you too. So here's an idea. Let's break out of here before that happens.
No.
You gotta think of something to live for, Nolan.
I'm not on your side. I'm not on anyone's side. I disgraced my people.
I respect that with reservations.
So make it right. Forget your people, unbetray your family, and help me.
You can't unbetray, but yeah, do right.
Stop the Empire.
The other kid.
No.
Oh, come on!
You might need to just stop the other kid. That might be the mission, at the rate this is going. How do you get Omni-Man focused? What would get his attention? Someone's burning your books. Your books are trending #1 on Amazon?
Are you prepared?
I like the implication that their whole genetic struggle and evolutionary process evolved in mustaches. The mustache is dominant.
It's not your time to die yet, pal.
Also, this is sort of a parallel double episode, right? Alan and Mark in somewhat similar situations.
You abandon your mission to subjugate Earth, but that is only one of your many crimes. Desertion.
One crime, one punch. Now we just want to punch you.
Let the ritual continue.
You can't help but respect him.
May you die.
That's very Viltrumite.
With more dignity than you lived.
Crap, I thought I'd have more time.
It's always longer than I thought.
Why should I have all the fun?
I'm sure they're all great, upstanding aliens. Oh, wow. Alan just killed them all.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Die for me.
Who possesses the courage to dare free battle beasts?
Oh, it's this dude.
Will there be opponents worthy of my strength?
Yeah, actually.
How many?
This is getting very specific. There's like 3, but one's a pal, so hands off him. But the other 2, they're fair game.
Fair game. This term pleases me.
Okay, now get out there.
What sickness could have changed you so?
Maybe it was in him all along.
You guys should get a pet.
Investigate his lineage in case the rot goes deeper.
That's such a Viltrumite thing to say.
Was your betrayal worth death?
Answer me!
Yes. And I'm sad you'll never understand.
Damn, that's big. Yeah, it's tough. Like, those are weird moments, right? Where, like, somebody is being really antagonistic towards you or hates you, maybe wants suffering to befall you. And so there's a threatening part of that, and your instincts are to hate them and to fight back. But you may have once been in similar shoes and been exactly where they are now. And so it's this weird mix of the fight, but also kind of this frustration-infused pity. Pity-infused frustration. So it's like, well, I can't fight you. I can't exist in peace. I just gotta hang on and wait and hope that you arrive there someday. Well, I feel this way when I read really hate-filled comments online about one thing or another. It's like, I don't hate you. Though people will use this in a way that also is kind of annoying, where they're arguing online, they're fighting, and then they pretend they're above it as like an own, you know? You're stupid and I'm so much better than you. You're not even worth my time. Me, the enlightened one, and you, the stupid idiot.
Choose your last words.
I want to know what he was going to say.
Man, you look terrible. Did you guys do this? That's not very nice.
It isn't. They're not very nice people overall. Oh, he's putting up a fight. He survived a Viltrumite punch.
So you're the special Unopin.
I mean, I don't like to brag.
This is one hell of a post-credit scene. This might be it. Yeah, this could be it. Saving someone. We know we like saving people. There you go. Reawaken the old savior. Maybe Alan's doing this deliberately.
Your execution, Nolan.
What are they gonna say?
Get away from him.
There you go. We're back. That's all it took.
You trim your mustache? Did you style your mustache?
The mustache is not trimmable. There is no razor that can trim a Viltrumite mustache. Thousands of years of evolution. And he's doing this severely weakened. Alan Omni-Man, you know, it's a combo. It's odd. I like it. It's terrible. It's terrible. My boy Alan just massacred this dude. I knew the zoo was powerful, but like it's pretty impressive he actually can stack up to the Viltrumites. It's a big universe out there.
You think battle beasts can survive in space? Probably. Right?
I'm willing to find out.
What?
Willing to take that chance. They, however, could not. Yeah. This is crazy. Just in deep space. Where are you throwing him to? There's nowhere to go. Oh! Okay, that was great. That lived up to my finisher expectations. Omni-Man has some of the best finishers. He used a lot of them on the people of Chicago.
Maybe he bailed, but then, what happened to that Viltrumite?
They're gonna be doing this for a while.
For someone who almost died, you recovered very quickly. Yes, I did, all thanks to you, buddy. Getting in there, saving my life.
How'd it feel?
Okay, maybe I let him work me over a little more than I had to.
I thought so.
I just didn't want to watch you die.
He's so warm and positive.
Viltrumite would do such a thing for another.
It's against the values, yeah.
I mean, you would. For Debbie and Mark and that purple kid you told me about. And for me, apparently, just now. Because you did. Anyway, we all need to skedaddle before Planet Punch sends reinforcements.
May as well. It's got to do something, right?
They'll know what happened, but they won't come.
Why?
They can't.
What?
Okay, I'm going to need a little more to go on.
Yeah.
There are fewer than 50 pure-blooded Viltrumites left in the universe.
What? What are you guys doing?
The Empire's most closely guarded secret.
That is not good for your people.
Why we can beat them.
That is great news for us, and also completely invalidates everything they're doing. What the hell was it for? Don't you have other things to do than colonize the universe? Like, I don't know, procreating? You're meddling in international affairs and you can't even solve domestic ones? You're colonizing all these planets? You don't even need your own planet. You could all live in the same house. They could share a mailbox. Nolan and Alan just killed 2% of the Viltrumite population.
Mark? Are you home?
I'm being normal. Everything's normal in here.
Why is your door locked?
I'm not dressed.
I'm not allowed to lock my door at 25 years old or however old I am now.
Is she gone? What was that?
Nothing.
She, in fact, was not gone.
Oh my god.
We gotta get our own place.
So many great episodes this season already. The Mortal stuff was dark, but great. And then in technically what is the after credit scene, you get a pretty great, epic, heartfelt scene with Omni-Man and Alan and a big reveal about the Viltrumites. And also what I'd say in this episode are some pretty solid romantic moments and development for Eve and Mark. Looking at the two halves of this episode together, I don't know if there's like some big deliberate point being made, but I guess it's just interesting to see these characters with all their development in these wildly different roles with different outcomes. Like Immortal now begging Invincible, the son of Omni-Man, to put him out of his misery, and Mark sort of putting aside his moral instincts to just finish the job. And then Omni-Man, you know, the Omni-Man, the one that we all know from trying to enslave the world and other things, also attempting to capitulate and give up, but in a more noble way, and then being saved by Alan, and also the thought of his family. Overall, just really fun. And we didn't even touch on the growing problem of Oliver yet.